Hello, football fans. The season starts tomorrow. I cannot wait. Not just because, well, mainly because I'm in three fantasy football leagues, and I think I have a good shot at winning at least one of them. But maybe two if I get lucky enough. But anyway, um, football season starts tomorrow, and as promised, I am here with my predictions for the 2019 season. Division titles, wild cards, just who's gonna shock people and who's gonna see it just fizzle out. I don't know. But anyway, here goes. The AFC East, I don't even bother. I don't even bother. We all know who's winning that division. Let's move on. The AFC North, I'm going with Cleveland. Yes, I am all in on Cleveland becoming this juggernaut because they pretty much are. They pretty much have become this juggernaut. It all started when Baker Mayfield took the reins. All of a sudden, they just start winning. They started winning, and after Hugh Jackson was fired, they were winning more and more and more. They went 7-8-1 last year, which was coming off an 0-16 season. So, and now they got Odell Beckham Jr. and other great pieces. I'm going to say here they're going to win the AFC North. They're going to win the division. They're going to win at least. They're going to win 10 or 11, no more than that. They're going to win 10 or 11 games. It's going to be a tight race between them and Baltimore. But Cleveland is going to win the AFC North. So there you go. So I got New England and Cleveland. That's two right there. The South, um, I'm going with Jacksonville. And Luck's Luck's sudden retirement has nothing to do with it. And by the way, let me get on. By the way, let me talk about Luck for a second. Um, this is to anyone who had the nerve to boo Luck for retirement. Okay, uh, Luck had his health, both physical and mental, to think about. Okay, uh, and, it was better for him to get out while he still had both than to continue to play and possibly lose at least one, if not both, his mental and physical health. Okay, and the fact that people are picking on him for this, saying he abandoned the team, is just callous. So this is to anyone who booed him, and this is to anyone who actually believes that bullshit that he didn't do anything for the club. He made that team good. And if Tom Brady had played those footballs, Luck would have been in the Super Bowl. So yeah, here's to you, callous pricks. But anyway, Jacksonville is going to win that division because they got Nick Foles, and we all know what Nick Foles can do, especially when it counts. I would go with Houston, but they're they're a little bit wacky considering the crazy move they made just before the season started. They traded Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney was traded. They broke up what I call the tag team. Him, they broke up him and they broke up Watt. And I love those two because they remind me so. I call it a tag team because they remind me of the Dudley Boys. Maybe because one's white, the other's black, and both of them fuck shit up. but but yeah, they were great together. Now they're separated. This makes me uncomfortable. But yeah, Jacksonville's gonna win the South. The West, Kansas City, barely. Um, a lot of people have Kansas City winning the West. A lot of others have the Chargers shocking people and finishing ahead of Kansas City. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm gonna be one of those that says the Chargers will topple over Kansas City. They can give the Chiefs a hard time, but the Chiefs have Mahomes, and Mahomes kind of gets things done. And it was kind of easy for me to admit that because last year I was pretty pissed off at them getting rid of Alex Smith because I thought Alex Smith made that team good. I thought they should have kept Smith and fired Reed, but they didn't. And so I figured Kansas City was going to be nothing without him. But here comes lo and behold, here comes Patrick Mahomes, who looks like he could be Steph Curry's brother, um, just showing out, doing things, kicking ass. They got a legit quarterback. He's absolutely good. Why I think I drafted him in fantasy football. So yeah, Mahomes can do things. The defense, that's another story. The AFC wild cards. See, I've been thinking about this ever since August, and I still can't. I still have a hard time figuring out what two teams will get these spots. I know one team who isn't, the Steelers. Ah, the Steelers. I always put the Steelers up here because I figured that's a powerhouse. They can get their shit together and they can go to another Super Bowl. They have not been to a Super Bowl since the 2010 season. So we're talking about 10 seasons almost. And and I would think with that talent they will get to at least two more. But there's too much. There's been too much shit going on for too long. But there is good news and bad news regarding the Steelers. The good news is they got rid of Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, which means less drama. The bad news is they got rid of Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, which means less talent. Those two were drama queens, but they were talented ones. And while the atmosphere will be less soap opery, a lot of depth is gone. Juju Smith-Schuster is going to be going to have to be their top receiver. He may be all they have, or other than a good tight end, Vance McDonald. But Ben needs to act right and needs to act right, get his head out of his rear end, and stop with that. It's everyone's fault but mine mentality that he adopted kind of last season. If he does, they might make it. But for now, I don't see it. I don't think Pittsburgh's going to be in the playoffs this year. I really don't. But I know one wild card is easy. The Chargers get that one wild card. It's that last one. It's that last one that bugs me. I know the second wild card is not coming for the AFC East because they suck. Had Luck not hung it up, I don't blame him for hanging it up. But had Luck not hung it up, the Colts would have had a shot. I don't think Houston has a shot. Tennessee, you can't really rely on them. That leaves Baltimore, and it looks like Baltimore's going to get it by default because they got a real quarterback for the first time since Trent Dilfer. Yeah, that Jackson made him real good. So, to recap, Patriots, Browns, um, Jaguars, Chiefs as division winners, Ravens, and Chargers as wild cards. Okay, now the NFC. The NFC East, Dallas. That's another easy one, especially since Ezekiel Elliott put pen to paper and signed that big ass contract. Had he not signed it, that would have opened the door for things, especially if that held out lasted longer and longer. But Dallas is going to run away with that division because Philadelphia got rid of the greatest Plan B in all of NFL history of Nick Foles. Washington's a train wreck, and the Giants, well, we don't even talk about that. So yeah, so Dallas is going to win the East. The North, who else? What other team has the greatest quarterback in the league today? Nobody. And plus, we got rid of Fat Mike and got a real coach all of a sudden. So there should be no problems other than the defense, but even Rodgers can kind of rise above that. So we're going to win the North. Dallas for the East, Green Bay for the North. South, New Orleans. I was going to say New Orleans. I was going to say Carolina, but I don't know. New Orleans should win the South. They got that offense. They don't have a defense, but they got the offense makes up for it. The West, the Rams. The Rams aren't going to run away like last year, but they're going to win that division. They are. So they are. The NFC division was pretty much easy. Dallas, Green Bay, New Orleans, and the Rams. The wild cards. I am going to go with the Niners. Yes, I went with them last year, but Jimmy G got hurt, was out for the season. I think Jimmy G is going to stay healthy. I think Garoppolo's going to stay healthy. And if he does, then the Niners are going to win. They should win about 10 games and get one of those wild cards. The other wild card. It's a little bit tricky. I would say Philly, but I don't know. Wentz is pretty good, but I don't know if they can really. I don't know if they can really get it together for this year, especially since they barely made it last year, and they needed Foles to save them. Like I said, they don't have that Plan B anymore. The Bears. Well, the Bears were pretty good last year, but they got this kicking carousel going. I don't know if they're really going to get it together. So I'm going to go with the great default choice, Carolina. They got Cam Newton, one of the best running quarterbacks in the league. And again, it all depends on his health. If he stays healthy, they, I think they're going to get the playoffs anyway. But if he stays healthy, they might give New Orleans a run for the division. But I'm just going to stick with wild card guys. So again, the AFC picks: Pats for the East, Browns for the North, Jags for the South, Chiefs for the West, Chargers and Ravens for wild cards. The NFC: Cowboys East, Packers North, Saints South, Rams West, um, Panthers and Niners as wild cards. Those are my picks. And for the Super Bowl pick, it's going to be history. It's going to be a rematch of the very first one: Packers Chiefs. Boom. All right. So those are my picks. And I will have another baseball recap in a few days. I'll recap week one on Tuesday. So it's a lot happening in September. So get ready for a great football season. And until next time.